Dave here with Half Dozen Customs. Back out here on Monte Monday. We're actually out here this evening. This morning, me and the wife had a bunch of errands to run, so I didn't get out here this morning or this afternoon. So we're out here now. Let's get this thing uncovered and get some stuff moved around. And we're gonna work on this quarter up here and get that finished up. Throughout the week, last week, I did put a coat along the top of the roof above the window rail there on that side, so we can get that sanded down. And then we got some stuff to get cleaned up over there, and get some lightweight filler put over there. And then I don't know, that might be an end of the night by now. We'll have to see how things go. You know, we still got time out here. Maybe if we got plenty of time, we'll start working on getting some of the trunk cleaned up. We kind of ran over it a little bit with the burnishing tool last week, which, you know, it's over there wrapped in plastic. I got the G put over here at the moment. May have to move that. We kind of got this side, you know, cleaned up. During the week I swept up and blew stuff out and vacuumed, and I still got a lot up in the rafters that need to be cleaned up. I think some of that stuff over there will probably blow out, and then I think some of this stuff here, it's a lot of it's just scraps that I had laying around that I stapled up, and not just from sandblasting, just from being out here in general. It's really dirty, so I actually had that light there used to be on the other side of the plastic. Like, I was too lazy to pull that light down when we put this plastic up, so I put the plastic over it. And before, like, you couldn't, it didn't make a difference. Like, the plastic was nice, new, clear. It was no big deal that it was over the light. But over the past year, since we put this plastic up, like, you could barely even see the light coming through the plastic. So I pulled some of that plastic down and I put the light on the other side of the plastic so we can see better over there now. But I think some of this is just maybe time to pull some of this down. You know, the new stuff that we just put up, I'll blow out up there. But I think after this winter, when it warms up, I'm gonna pull this stuff down, and we'll maybe pull down what I took from the booth down, and we'll put it up. So, but anyways, enough gabbing. Let's try and get to work. Okay, so we got this to sand in a couple of little spots. I'm gonna sand this by hand. We're not gonna use the air file on it. The air file would work on here, but I know, like, the first coat that we put on here, I used the air file on it, and it just took too much off in areas where I needed it to stay. So we'll sand this by hand this time. It's the last coat, hopefully. Better be. I think it feels pretty good. Only thing that I see is, I don't know if you guys, so this spot right here, where you can kind of see the bare metal through there, I think, I'm not positive, that may be metal, but it may be lead too. But I can feel that, whatever that is. So, I think it's good enough for primer. We're gonna get it, you know, we're gonna, I'll run over this with some 180 and it's ready to go. But anyways, so, you know, when we put the quarters on, whether I keep it at this body line or we end up going up into this, if we end up going up into this, I need to have the back glass pulled. But if I keep it down at the body line, then we don't have to pull the back glass. Kind of a difficult decision to make because this back glass has been sandblasted, so the glass is no good. You know, I've thought of different ways that I can, you know, keep this glass and be able to use it. I've thought about etching, you know, etching some stuff in the glass, so that, you know, it makes it look like, you know, the sandblasting is supposed to be there or the sandblasting's gone, depending on what we put up there. You know, I've thought about clearing the glass, and then that way it would be gone. You know, or we replace the glass, but I haven't really looked into new glass. There's somebody that isn't far from me who has a lot of Monte Carlos and he parts them out all the time, and he has quarter glass. So I need to get with him and get some quarter glass from him. But I also need a door glass, and I haven't seen him post anything about door glasses, and I haven't seen him post anything about back glass. I need to reach out to him and see if I can get you know, the glass from him, quarter glass for both sides, door glass for this side, rear glass because it's been sandblasted. The front windshield, Colleen said, was replaced when she was younger, and it looks like a new piece of glass in there, but it's got scratches in it. Somebody scratched it, so technically I'd like to replace all the windows. But, you know, do we have this back glass pulled out, and I do the quarters up here at the seam? It's probably the right way to do it, but don't know. But if that's the case, then none of this body work here matters. If we do end up keeping it at this line down here, which is normally when I do quarters, it's normally what I do, so that I don't have to get into pulling the glass. I've done a lot of quarters on old cars like this, and I always keep them down here. But even with that, you know, we're going to be up into here with body work again with the new quarter. Like, we're going to have to redo this whole lower section. So even if we get all this primed over here, we're going to be back over here, which was the whole point of that road trip that we just went on. So I was just trying to explain that we're going to be back over here. But let's jump over to the other side. And like I said, we got all this up here. If you remember, we put that Mar glass over here where that crack was. We heated up that lead on the other side and remelted that lead in, and then we Mar glassed it. And then I've put filler all along here. So we can go over there, we can get that sanded down, and then we got to clean up this section for body work. So let's go over there and see what we got to get done over there and get that done and get some stuff going. Be right back. We're back over here. You can see what I kind of coated along this side. So we're gonna get this sanded down here. We're gonna get this Marglass sanded down. And then we need to start cleaning all this. You know, we gotta clean around the window. We gotta re-clean, you know, all the bare metal here. It's got hot spots and stuff on it. So, but let's go ahead and start cleaning some of this up. Okay, well, we got this all sanded down. You know, it still needs some work up here. It's gonna be a tough little spot. I mean, we'll get it, but you know, there's the rain gully, and then it kind of comes up into this area, and then there's like a body line there that goes up into this flat spot, and that is like our weld from this patch here is right in that body line. And it's not feeling horrible. I bet if I primed it and blocked it out and primed it again, I bet we'd be okay. But we'll do a little work on it. It still needs a little bit more there. We got a bunch of pinholes up here, and here, you know, we got this all sanded down, but there's like a low spot here, and we're hitting metal or lead here and metal or lead here. I'm pretty sure this here is lead. This might be metal. You can kind of tell when you look at it, it's a different color silver between lead and metal. So I think that this one here is metal and this one here is lead. So so this, you know, definitely needs to be coated, but you know, when we do all this, you know, we'll do a little more work over in some of these areas. I'm gonna get an airline over here, and I'm gonna get my little cookie guy, and we're gonna start cleaning and stripping and getting this ready. So I'll be right back. We got everything cleaned up, sandblasted, in 80 grit, ready to go. So I'm gonna mix up a little lightweight filler. I'm gonna kick the heat on again. It's getting a little chilly out here. But I'm gonna mix up a little bit and we'll be back. We got everything coated. Got everything coated. I kind of recoated this up here too. A little, the Bondo or filler, lightweight filler. It was starting to thicken up a little bit on me, so didn't spread out as nice as I wanted right there, but something there that we can try and work with. And then, you know, we got everything here coated. So, you know, we'll let that sit and cure till next Monday. You know, same thing goes with this side. It's getting a quarter. I don't know yet if we're going all the way up or not, but you know, we'll get it done and we'll get it primed, and then we'll deal with whatever we decide to do when we get the quarters. Yeah. So we'll let this go till next Monday. It's almost 10 o'clock, so you know, we've been out here for a few hours working on all this stuff. I think we got somewhere tonight. You know, been waiting to get this side done. You know, with that booth up, we couldn't do it. So now that the booth is down, we were able to get to this side, get it cleaned up, get a coat on it. Next week we're gonna get this roughed out, or sanded down, not roughed out. It would be roughed in, but we're gonna get it sanded down. We'll put both sides in 220. And depending on the weather next Monday, I don't know what it's supposed to be. I'll have to take a look. I know, looking at the weather this morning, I wasn't really paying too much attention to what days were what, but I was looking at the temperature for the next 10 days, and we got some cold days coming up again where we're going to be in the low teens. So you know, if it happens to be that it's on a Monday and it's 14 degrees outside, I don't think that we'll be priming. But if it's, you know, in the 30s, you know, we got heat out here. It's just when it's 14 degrees, it's hard to keep it warm out here. So, but if it's in the 30s on Monday, you know, we can get it, you know, 70 degrees out here. We'll get this primed, and then, you know, the following week we'll start on the trunk. If it's too cold and we can't prime, we'll at least get it ready for primer, get it masked off, all that kind of stuff, and then, you know, depending on how the day goes, we'll start working on the trunk lid. So, yeah. So I think when I prime this, I think we're only going to put a couple coats on it. This Jeep over here is more important, but I don't want it to start rusting, so I at least want to get a couple coats on there. Like I said, when doors come and fenders come and quarter panels come and all that stuff, we're going to be rebody working a bunch of stuff, and the whole car is going to get primed as a whole. So, you know, I just want to get something on there so that we don't have rust coming back. So, yeah, I'll see you guys next Monday. Hope you guys had a good weekend. Remember to like, subscribe, share, leave a comment. I'm out. Night, guys.
Oop.